Good evening and welcome back to the final Etown news of the school year. I'm Molly Finkin.
And I'm Katie Hartman. Commencement, senior activities, and more coming up after this.
The Elizabethtown College Store is your one-stop shop for all things college. There's no need to run to the mall for your favorite brands when you could stay on campus and shop for school-issued apparel. The school store has new items for every season. This includes Life is Good shirts. There's also Champion jackets, Under Armour sweatpants, and more. With a large variety of styles and sizes, there's items in the Etown College Store for everyone. Keep on the lookout for great sales on your favorite Etown College gear. You can stay updated by following their Instagram at Etown College Store. This store takes student charge, creating a worry-free shopping experience. The Etown College Store is located in the Brosman Commons, open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit the Elizabethtown College Store, the perfect fit for you.
Celebrate the class of 2026 at the 123rd commencement ceremony next Saturday. The ceremony will be held on the Dell at 10 a.m. In the event of rain, it will be held in Thompson Gymnasium. Overflow seating will be in Leffler Chapel and Gibble Auditorium. If the ceremony is outside in the Dell, no tickets are required. For anyone not able to attend, the event will be live streamed. The link can be found on the official college Instagram and Facebook pages.
Before our seniors walk across the Dell in their caps and gowns, they have one last day to let loose. Senior Day activities will commence next Thursday after commencement rehearsal. You can join your classmates at 3 different locations free of charge. There's an afternoon at Adventure Sports playing mini golf and arcade games, or you could hit the lanes at the Clearview Bowling Alley. Lastly, you could enjoy some crepes or other fine foods at Piccola Stella in downtown Etown. Whatever you pick will be free of charge, but registration is required. So make sure to sign up soon.
With the end of the semester quickly approaching, there are some important move-out reminders to keep in mind. Residence halls will close for undergraduate students next Thursday at 10 a.m. Any student still on campus who has not been approved for a late stay will be charged an improper checkout fee. Graduating students must depart campus by 6 p.m. next Saturday. Make sure to sign up for a departure date through StarRes and be sure to return your key to residence life in the BSC. Also keep in mind that meal plan balances will reset at the end of the semester, so make sure to use up any remaining J-Bucks or meal swipes before heading home for the summer.
As a part of the countdown to commencement festivities, seniors can donate items to local agencies. Senior Cleanout takes place on Friday from 10 a.m. to noon. Representatives from various agencies will be posted by dorm buildings to take donations. Jubilee Ministries will be by Meyer with Habitat for Humanity Harrisburg and Lancaster, Lebanon at Hackman Apartments and Schreiber Quads. If you're a senior with unneeded dorm items in good repair, send them to a new home. Now here's Nathan Hoffer with your weekly sports update.
Thanks, Katie. It was another busy week for Etown Athletics as the spring season comes to a close. Softball was on the road Tuesday against Penn State Harrisburg and put together another strong offensive showing, beating the Nittany Lions 7-3. The Blue Jays jumped ahead with big hits from Lily Baldwin, who drove in 2 runs with a single. While Brooke Hutsko followed with a 2 RBI triple to break things open, Emily Bittner also added an RBI single as Etown built a 6-1 lead and controlled the game. Those timely hits helped the Blue Jays continue momentum late into the season as they pushed towards postseason play. Etown baseball had one of their biggest wins in school on Monday, beating Moravian 29-3. The team had 26 hits from numerous players. Alex McLean had 5 RBIs, followed by AJ Lipscomb with 4. Logan Burns recorded his 100th career strikeout on the mound, along with getting the win. The blowout win sets the Blue Jays up in a good position as the postseason is on the horizon. Their first matchup will be against Scranton or Drew next Wednesday. Elizabethtown track athletes delivered several strong performances across the weekend at the Blue Jay Tune-Up. The women took home first place with 129 points thanks to some strong performances. Callie Bold won the 200-meter, as did Addison Kleinel, Jalen Pennybacker, Isabella Anderson, Kylie Dietrich, and Isabella Calger in their respective events. It was a full podium of Blue Jays for the 400-meter run with Kirsten Novich, Sophie Schadel, and Grace Tereser in the top 3. On the men's side, the Blue Jays were competitive in the middle distant races and relays, particularly in the 800-meter and the 4x400-meter relay, where strong finishes helped keep Etown in the mix against top regional programs. They placed second overall with wins from Gabe Szczesniak and second-place finishes from Joey Walko and Ryan Williamson. Their season will conclude this weekend with the Landmark Outdoor Championships. The lacrosse team begins their landmark playoff hunt with mixed results. The women fell to Moravian 5-14 to end their season with a 9-8 record. The Jays led by 3 after the first period, but were outscored by the Greyhounds in the next 3. Drew Bridges had 2 goals in her final game, as did Abby Bach. Alyssa Connor spent the game in goal, giving up 14 points with 5 saves. The men fared better in their first round matchup against Drew, winning 17-5. They were led by Jay Rodriguez, who scored 6 times along with an assist. Reese Levinson had 3 goals, followed by Tristan Coleman and Finn Kirsten with 2. Their semifinal matchup against Catholic University took place last Wednesday in Washington, D.C. It was quite a turnaround for a team that started the season 1-7. To nobody's surprise, Fernando Mendoza was the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Indiana quarterback won the Heisman Trophy along with the national championship. He's headed to the Las Vegas Raiders, where he'll duel it out with veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins for the starring role. A surprise pick came at the 13th spot when the Los Angeles Rams took quarterback Ty Simpson. It comes right after Matthew Stafford won the MVP. This has led fans to believe they just drafted his successor down the road. That's all for sports. Now over to Jamie Gallick with the weather.
Thanks, Nathan. I'm Aaron J. Girvan filling in for Jamie. Well, Jays, summer break might be right around the corner, but doesn't feel like summer just quite yet. Expect cool highs in the 50s and 60s for most of the week. Today, Friday the 1st, calls for partly cloudy weather with a high of 61 and a low of 40. Saturday will be mostly the same. Expect partly cloudy weather with a high of 58 and a chilly low of 39 in the early morning hours. Mild temperatures and partly cloudy weather will continue into Sunday with a high of 60 and a low of 42. Luckily, temperatures will be slightly warmer on Monday with a high of 66 and a low of 47. Temperatures will jump even more on Tuesday with a high of 71 and a low of 51. Expect late night showers on Wednesday with a high of 70 and a low of 49. And finally, the showers will continue into Thursday with a high of 65 and a low of 49. That's all for this week's Weather Watch. I'm Aaron J. Girvan. Now back to Molly and Katie in the studio.
A former student of South Florida University has been charged with killing his roommate and his roommate's girlfriend earlier this month. Hisham Habougarbi is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of Zamil Laman and Nahida Bristi. Laman and Bristi were doctoral students originally from Bangladesh. The accused was taken into custody last Friday and was formally charged last Saturday. He is being held without bond after his first official hearing last Tuesday. Authorities have located the remains of Laman, but Bristi's have not yet been found. Authorities are still trying to determine the student's cause of death and a possible motive. A man in custody after storming into the White House Correspondents' Dinner last Saturday. Cole Allen, 34-year-old, stormed the lobby of the Washington Hilton, where the dinner was being held, armed with guns and knives. Authorities say Allen was a guest at the hotel. Secret Service quickly rushed President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance off the stage. No one in attendance was injured. Officials believe Allen acted alone. They believe he traveled from California to D.C. with plans of attacking top White House officials. President Trump told reporters the event would likely be rescheduled within 30 days, but the incident has raised major security concerns. Face-to-face ceasefire negotiations between the U.S. and Iran have fallen flat, with no plans to reschedule. Tehran's foreign minister and American diplomats were slated to meet in Pakistan last Sunday to discuss a possible ceasefire. The foreign minister left Pakistan's capital after President Donald Trump called off the envoy he had deployed. The president and Iranian diplomats have agreed to conduct ceasefire talks over the phone rather than a face-to-face meeting. Nearly 400 people have been killed since the conflict began, including 13 U.S. service members.
Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic, wildly overperformed on its opening weekend. Going into the film's release, the studio predicted between 50 and 70 million in revenue on opening weekend. However, the film actually generated $97 million in the US and Canada. It surpassed previous top performers for musical biopics like Bohemian Rhapsody, which debuted in 2018, to 51 million. The film was co-produced by the Jackson estate and stars Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, in the lead. Despite its success, Michael has seen some mixed reviews. Some critics and audience members felt that it glossed over some of the less glamorous aspects of the Jackson's life. This includes the many allegations of sexual misconduct. A contestant on The Voice has died at 24. Dylan Carter was involved in a fatal car crash last Saturday night, according to the South Carolina Highway Patrol. The car flipped after going off the road and colliding with a curb, utility pole, and fence. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. Carter was part of season 24 of The Voice in 2023. His audition garnered the attention of all 4 judges, and he went on to make it into the battle rounds. Carter's coach was Reba McEntire. Following the news of his death, McEntire called Carter a brilliant, kind, and talented young man. Aside from singing, Carter was a realtor, campground owner, and co-founder of a Santee, South Carolina charity called The Local Voice. Olympic legend Allison Felix is planning to return for the 2028 Summer Games. This news comes as a surprise since Felix retired following the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Felix has had an extremely impressive career, earning 11 Olympic medals with 7 gold, 3 silver, and 1 bronze. This makes her the most decorated female track and field athlete in Olympic history. The 2028 Games will take place in LA, which Felix said last year she was really excited for. These games will be her 6th. At time of competition, Felix will be 42, making her the only American sprinter in the 40s to compete in the Olympics.
That's all for this year, Jays. We'll be back in the fall with more news. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at ECTV40 for all the latest updates on our shows. I'm Katie Hartman.
And I'm Molly Finkin. Have a great summer, and remember to
take flight, Etown.